So before I get started, I just want to say if anybody would like to actually support the channel, you can find ways to do that, which is through Cash App, through PayPal, or through the Patreon as well. Because I can promise you this video is going to be um, demonetized because of the topic that is directly um, at hand. And I will specifically a multitude of times refer to the person as a political official or different things of that nature. Um, I'm just using that as an example. This person is just a talking head that has a platform, whatnot, or whatever. But the point still stands that you have individuals out here who are in his position or who are political leaders who will talk all of this righteous type of things, but yet they are the exact same things that they are talking against when it deals with the face that they want to show the public.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So, a white man by the name of Jack Hinkle on Twitter decided that he wanted to generalize all of the anime fandom and stated that anime is for pedophiles. This is why some people just shouldn't have social media. So, I took the liberty to put his tweet directly right there for the world to see, along with some of the articles that you're going to hear of, right? Former Ohio Dare officer caught with child pornography gets 15 years in prison. Doesn't sound like an anime fan to me. NYPD cop goes on trial for buying child porn, seeking underage girls online. That doesn't sound like an anime fan to me. Deputy charged with child porn also photographed women's butts in Tennessee. That does not sound like a anime fan to me. State South Florida child sex abuse attorney caught with 2,000 plus child sex abuse images. That doesn't sound like an anime fan to me.
I don't understand why you even did this to yourself. This made you look so fucking stupid.
A law enforcement officer in Tennessee caught watching child porn on a laptop he shared with his wife is staring down a lengthy prison sentence. Matthew Berry, a 42-year-old former deputy with the Crockett County Sheriff's Office, was sentenced Friday to over 18 years in prison, more than double that of his defense attorney had sought. According to the attorney's office in Western Tennessee, Berry is also accused of secretly photographing females' butts in public, including those of minors. In sentencing documents submitted to the court in November, the defense attorney asked Berry be given no more than 7 years in prison with 3 years of supervised release.
Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
A NYPD cop filled his laptop with child pornography and graphic video chats with two underage girls. Prosecutors alleged on the first day of the cop's Brooklyn federal trial Tuesday. Officer Timothy Martinez, age 43, was busted in February of 2020 after a search of his Staten Island apartment 5 months earlier turned up child pornography and evidence he'd been chatting on Skype with two teenage girls for several years. Quote, the defendant sought out underage girls on the internet. One of the girls met the defendant online when she was only 13 years of age, to her troubles and seemed sympathetic to her trauma. Martinez also reached out to a Twitter user he believed was an underage girl selling child pornography and brought explicit images with Cash App payments, according to prosecutors. A former police officer who was in charge of school district's DARE program was sentenced Thursday to 15 years in prison on child pornography charges. Kevin Kovacs, age 60, of Fairborn, was also sentenced by a federal judge to 15 years of supervised release after he served his sentence in order to pay $45,000 in restitution to his victims. Kovacs pled guilty in February of 2022 to transporting and possessing child pornography. According to prosecutors who announced the arrest Wednesday of Michael T. Dose, is expected to appear in a West Palm Beach federal court Thursday, where he is facing multiple charges of child pornography. According to his arrest affidavit on March 15th, FBI agents executed a search warrant at his home and West Palm Beach apartment. Detectives stated that they discovered Dose actively downloading child sexual abuse material using peer to peer software. Investigators have stated nearly 2,000 images and videos of child pornography were recovered from his device. According to a federal criminal complaint, the images and videos depicted girls as young as 5 years old. Investigators have stated after confiscating Dosei's phone, it was found unlocked with a background image featuring a female between the ages of 16 and 25 engaging in sexual intercourse with two men. A Cleveland attorney is facing charges after investigators state that he was caught with meth inside of the Justice Center. The Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office stated a subsequent search of his phone revealed that he had child pornography on it. A Cuyahoga County grand jury has indicted the attorney, Eric Norton, age 49, on multiple counts of possession of drugs and child exploitation material. He's been charged with illegal use of minor in nudity oriented material or performance, drug possession, illegal conveyance into a detention facility, tampering with evidence, and possession criminal tools. The charges follow an investigation into Norton that started after he went to Cuyahoga County Jail on December 15th of 2022 for a scheduled meeting with an inmate. A federal judge in the United States has asked for full custody of his two young daughters after his socialite ex-wife was charged with distribution of child pornography and attempted child sex trafficking of an 8-year-old girl. Eleanor Hunton Hope, age 45, who comes from a prestigious law family in Richmond, was caught in an FBI sting last month after sending an undercover agent a 30-second video containing explicit child sexual abuse, along with messages about sickening pedophile activities. She was arrested after agreeing to meet the agent with his fictitious 8-year-old daughter at a hotel in Warrenton, Virginia, where she allegedly planned to abuse the girl. Ms. Hope's ex husband, Joe Hope, a magistrate judge in the Western District of Virginia, has since filed for full custody of his daughters, ages 10 and 12, according to court documents. A Pennsylvania drag queen who at one time is stated to have counseled children has been arrested and charged with 25 counts of child pornography. Bryce Williams, age 26, who goes by the stage name of Anastasia Diamond, is accused of downloading photos and videos of child porn 2 years ago. The Pennsylvania Attorney General's office claims Williams acquired at least 49 photos and 25 videos of naked, prepubescent boys between May and December of 2020. As the AG's office states in court documents, the child porn allegedly included the underage boys performing sexual acts on one another, and some of the material included adult men engaging in acts with the children. Previous reporting states that Williams counseled LGBT youth in Harrisburg. An informal advisor to Donald Trump's 2016 campaign who testified in the Mueller probe pled guilty Monday to charges of child sex trafficking and possession of child pornography. George Nader, age 60, entered his plea before the United States Judge Leonie Brinkema in Virginia's Eastern District. Nader told the courts on Monday that he felt no pressure to enter the pleas and that he had not struck any side deals with prosecutors or anyone else before deciding to confess. Nader was first charged in June of 2019 with transporting and possessing child pornography images of children, including some featuring toddler-aged boys, baby goats, and other farm animals. A month later, in July, prosecutors added a sex trafficking charge, stating that Nader had arranged the transport of his Washington home of a 14-year-old boy from Czech Republic in February of 2000. A 27-year-old Cashapp Valley man was arrested on suspicion of 20 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, among other charges, after investigators found more than 16,000 pornographic images on a cell phone. Most of the images were of children. According to police, Ivan Gabriel Cardana Davila worked in a special education department at a local charter high school at the time of his arrest. Police stated that Police started investigating Cardana after receiving a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Snapchat had advised the agency that one of its users had sent images of suspected child pornography to other users. An officer reviewed the images and confirmed that they were children. He requested search warrants to get information about the IP address associated with the Snapchat account and was able to get Cardano's address. A resident doctor with the Western Massachusetts Family Medical Center was arrested this week after police found thousands of photos and videos featuring child pornography of kids on more than 70 devices. He is also alleged to have secretly filmed medical examinations of two minor patients. Dr. Bradley Ferrick, age 32, of Winchester and Amherst, is charged with one count of possession of child pornography after he was arrested on Tuesday, March 14th. Frederick is listed as a member of the inaugural residency class of Bay State Franklin Medical Center Family Medicine program since last year. He served rotations in Greenfield, Deerfield, and Springfield. Police searched Frederick's Winchester home on February 13th and found 61 devices, including external hard drives, computers, cell phones, hidden cameras, and SD cards. State authorities stated that the devices contained thousands of images of child porn featuring kids between the ages of 6 and 11 years of age. Police arrested and charged him in Woburn District Court, where he was released on home confinement. Investigators searched his home again on February 17th and found 11 more devices that contained more of the offending material.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
So again, we went through what cops. You had some people that are a part of the LGBT. You had a judge's wife. I think I might also listed a judge in there. You had lawyers. You had a multitude of people, some of which also worked in and around kids, and they were all caught with images of minors, some as young as toddlers. And yet, this person, Jackson Hinkle, stated that anime is for pedophiles. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. I'm not exactly sure where specifically he got that statistic from, if you can even call it that. But that's egregious. That's 100% ridiculous. To say something like that and to try to blanket a whole group of people, like this isn't just a couple 100,000 or even a million. Like you got people all over the world that read anime, that are into anime, that watch anime shorts, cartoons, whatever it is, and you're going to try to categorize this whole thing blatantly. Oh, anime is just pedophilia. Anime is for pedophiles. People who watch anime are just pedophiles. That's crazy. That's 1,000% crazy, because I can literally make content for days on his constituents who are a part of a lot of these rings, a lot of these groups who've been caught up in these stings, who've been caught either trying to sell their own kids, somebody else's kids, doing indecent things with kids, having material of kids, and so on and so on and so on. But like I said before, he's not going to go after his own people. He's not going to go after the people that he works with and he's down the aisle from. He's not going to go after the people that he makes backdoor deals with and he shakes hands with, and they all get money directly under the table. He's not going to go after them. He's going to try to throw a scapegoat out there. He's going to try to put the boogeyman directly out there and make this a thing. Now, the one thing that I will sit up there and state, and we cannot be ignorant of the point, is that in every single facet in life, you have people who, if they want to go after children, they will find a will and a way to directly go after there and do it. You have individuals that have worked literally in Disneyland, in and around kids, and they are pedophiles. Some of them have also been charged. Some of them are not even on the registry, and they should be on the registry, but somehow they find a way to get into Disneyland so that they can be around and work with kids while also dressing as a furry, getting hugs and all this other type of stuff from kids. And parents don't even know it. You also have people like this directly online on video game consoles who are on games that are primarily for a specific age group of kids. And they will decide to play these exact same games with these kids too, and decide to try to groom right, these kids and have these conversations, to befriend these kids, to try to quote unquote understand their problems and their traumas so that they can get close to these kids so the kids don't understand that what this person is doing is wrong. So, like I said before, I'm not ignorant. And I'm not going to allow other people to be ignorant to think that, oh, this, it's only one sect. This is only in one area. No, they're all over the place. Wherever you have children, wherever you have kids, you're going to find these people there. My problem is when you have people like this who are, I guess, in the office or in the political atmosphere, they want to start throwing all of this blaming onto a certain section versus looking at the exact same people who they sit down with, who they vote for, who they work with. Like I said, and also some of these political officials have these same individuals with and amongst in their family. Like I said, you can't trust these clowns. It wasn't too long ago that I showed you guys a video of a political official who is okay with 12-year-olds being able to be married. And he wanted to give proof basically stating that, oh, do you know any 12-year-olds that were married? Well, I do, and they're still married to this day. Right? That one little variable that he has, he's basically opening Pandora's box for anybody, in a sense, to marry 12-year-olds, which is egregious, which is ridiculous, which should not be happening. But like I said before, these are those people. These are those people.
I've heard you talk about parents' rights to raise their kids how they want. In fact, I just double checked. You voted no on making it illegal for kids to be married to adults at the age of 12 if their parents consented to it. You said actually that should be the law because it's the parents' right and the kids' right to decide what's best for them to be by an adult. Okay?
Do you know any kids who have been
With
married
marriage.
at age 12?
That was the law.
do you know any
You voted
kids-
not to change it.
Do you know any kids who have been married at age 12?
I don't need to.
I do. And guess what? They're still married.
Gentlemen.